Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Ekamac, this is Let's Play Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. In the last episode we beat the game, but there are things that I want to show. Also, I didn't get a chance to discuss the project as a whole, so I want to show off all the treasure hunts. And maybe that'll give us enough game completion percentage that we can also show off the in-game animated movie. Anyway, centered on a track to a watery grave, below the large clock's face, starts the path of the brave. Not very good rhymes, but oh well. Anyway, Sly 3. I still like the game. That's the kind of a standard, but yet I still like the game. I like Sly 3 more. I mean, I like Sly 2 more because I like Sly 3 more because it made the game feel like it has, there was an actual overarching plot. The Claw Gang had a proper plan for the clockwork parts they stole, and by the end of the game it is very impressive that you just stand there and go, wow, this was actually a thing. Like they were planning on using their spice operations as a way to take control of Palace. But then Arpeggio went one step further. Below the large clock's face, so we need the clock. I actually don't remember where this one starts. But that said, I still like this one. It just feels a little more miscellaneous. Like, there's no real interconnecting thread between each of the heists, but they're still pretty good heists. Rather than having, Rather than the focus being on the villains of each episode, the focus is on the recruit for each episode. Except for Dimitri, whose episode isn't really that much about him, and more about the connection between Penelope and Bentley. But Dimitri showed up across all the games instead. And actually, as much as I don't like the attitude change for Murray, he did actually get a lot of connecting parts. He did actually get to bond with quite a lot of party members like Penelope and Panda King. Also, I think that the final boss is actually fantastic. The others have always just been glorified obstacle courses and just a real letdown. Where is that? But yeah, it is an actual high-paced action. It is actual using final boss using the combat of that final boss of the game that we've had so far. There can't be that many water traps around here, right? I just wish that we had a fight like that for... Carmelita moved pretty fast off screen, didn't she? I wish we could have a fight like that with Clockwork, because of the previous game, her final bosses were always just obstacle courses. And it was always such a disappointment. They sure got that back up again fast. Let's see, what else is there? I still really like the pirate world, even though it is I guess it's only fair that I mentioned that I did actually die off screen. My ship got sunk because I got into a fight against two different people at the same time. One of my sides was badly damaged, and I lost track of which side that was and where the second person was after I sunk the first. That was a little disappointing. But yeah, the pirate world, plot-wise, don't really remember it, but the pirate world was, where's my thought going? I still like the aesthetic a lot. Man, it's taking me this long just to get started. I'm worried about how long the others are gonna take. I don't know, I feel like Sly 3 isn't as good, but it's still a very good Sly game. If I have one complaint, it's that they ended it on a semi-cliffhanger with Bentley saying, "I'm building a time machine!" Because, that game didn't go very well. The thing is, Sucker Punch never came back to this series. The remake was made by Sanzaru Games, and after seeing Comic Foil's Let's Play of the... well, not the remaster. Sanzaru Games did the remaster, and then they said, well, you know, we figured out how to make these games from tearing open your code. How about you let us make the next game? And unfortunately, Sucker Punch did actually say yes, but they also said this game is the true sequel to the series because, it didn't work for me on a tone level. It just felt way too kiddie. But it also, on the surface level, it looks like a Sly game, and it plays like a Sly game. But there's just something about it in the terms of tone and gameplay that doesn't quite work. I think this was the point where Some games have their boss fights become avoid the attacks until you get the chance to open up on them with a series of swings. And while that is, I guess, a lot tidier to work with like the likes of Psychonauts 2, it also makes them feel a bit less challenging, I guess? I don't know. Or maybe it feels a bit too samey when all your bosses do the exact same thing. Anyway, I'm 11 minutes in and I really haven't found what I'm looking for. Below the large clock's face. I did see the pocket loot in that other guy's pocket, but I don't need it. I've bought everything. I don't need anything else. Honestly, this is sort of bringing back to me as Venice being the absolute hardest of them all. All the others are all the other worlds are smaller and therefore it's less of a pain to find what you want. You have to wait for him to finish searching and shrug and go away, so needed a few extra ones. See, if this was Paris, I'd immediately know where it is because I played Paris a lot in Sly 2. You know what? We have the Venice disguise.
Halt! Vacuum room password.
Transmitting password.
Soprano, soprano, bass, bass.
Okay.
That looks kind of like a clock face, but apparently isn't. Also, there's no trap. There aren't even that many water traps in this world, so you'd think I'd have found one of them by now. This is a water trap, but it isn't. There's no clock. There! Finally! They blow in the wind, hanging by a thread. Make 4 paces away from them onto solid ground. Look down the alley that leads to a point, take 14 paces.
Hey, you! What's Octavio's house password?
Sending password now.
Tenor soprano, tenor soprano.
Yep.
Did I ever show that
Hello again, sir.
if you re-encounter them, they only ask for the password once? Oh, fuck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like the pull of the moon, this draws you closer by 16 paces. It's this over here, it's like a full moon. Stay away from the police. 9 paces that away, which means that we really should take care of you. Oh boy, I hear Carmelita causing trouble. Walk away from this towering structure 6 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Tark would erupt again 11 paces away from the spout. The love triangle. It was a bad love triangle, yeah, but I feel like it was very non-eventful, like maybe 3 references to it before they wrap it up in the 5th chapter, so honestly not that bad. Your final clue brings you 6 places closer to the eternal struggle of man versus beast. That. It always glitches out and puts Sly back where he started for that one. Incidentally, retrying the treasure hunts gives you the same treasure hunt. They don't have randomized to routes. So once you've seen the whole thing, you know it. Possessed 5 different guards without touching the ground. Keep Murray safe to score high. Beat the giant brawl under time pressure. Collect 100 coins. Do it under a time limit. Outback treasure hunt. Honestly, I feel like the Venice ones were the hardest. Am I missing a gadget? I don't feel like I'm missing a gadget, but apparently there's one slot empty. Start up on the steps of the Guru's prison shack, from the miner's camp to the treasure pack. See, that one's easy. What else is there to discuss? I can't be sure how much of this comes from it being a recording and how much of it comes from how much of my troubles come from it being a recording with input delays and reaction delays and all that, and how much of this comes from the game not being that good. But I forgot how much I hated the Penelope RC car segments. There's just something extremely not good about how it handles. Because a simple bump like this, it's nothing to any character, But the RC car, it completely messes her up. Just the slight inclinations will absolutely throw off the way you're driving. I should know better than this. There's an easy way up there. Panda King, it remains disappointing for how he only gets 2 missions. At least Dimitri shows up in more than that. Escape for Freedom, 9 paces. Make your way to the towering machine for 9 paces. That would be the giant crane. The smell of lemonades and fighting draws you closer by 10 paces. Of the 2 trucks, so one giant truck over there, there's a smaller one over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, take 14 steps towards the lesser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now that you're closer to the lesser, walk 28 paces to become farther from the greater. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Well, that's a really long way. It would be awful to have to get past the guard in this. Try to hide from the spinning giant by getting under him for 4 paces. Lonely rock stuck in the muck. It has to be this way. As long as it's not Venice, these treasure hunts are actually kind of fun. The disguise mechanic is an interesting way of making things work for Sly. I wish he had a global disguise that changed based on the world you were in, but I guess they didn't. It was a bit powerful to be able to just bypass guards if you're good at a memory game. They actually kind of made that Sly's major gimmick. Defeat 15 guards before defeating Mugshot, actually pretty nice. Defeat the Black Baron under a time limit. Holland treasure hunt. Where else? It's actually kind of a surprise that they moved quite a few of Sly's gadgets over to Bentley. Did you notice that all of the items that were thrown by Sly, that is, the alarm clock and the rage bomb, all of those attacks and their related elements were actually moved over to Bentley. Meanwhile, Bentley's temporal lock was actually moved over to Murray, of all things. Right, every time we do this, I have to go into here and reassign the treasure map. Upon the steaming lid to the sewers you start, the treasure is yours if you pace it out smart. 29 paces to cross the water without getting wet. I lost count. I was busy trying to avoid getting found by people. Okay, allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Have to watch out for those spotlights. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Avoid the cheese that elevates your mind and body. Take 10 paces away from it. There are guards. So let's show off the shadow power. Shadow Power level 2 is busted. There's a reason they only give it to you at the very end of the game. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They must disable the spotlights from the blimps for this part. Face the whale, take 7 paces backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One windmill is lone and defenseless. Take 9 paces towards it. Penelope pretended as she looked down from this high perch. Take 18 paces towards it. Oh boy. I don't think I can use Shadow Power while in map mode. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Gaze across, take 13 paces towards the home of the Cooper biplane. I hope this doesn't attack. Okay, you have to be behind them to do that. I'm just here for treasure. 13 paces towards the home of the Cooper biplane. I think it's actually over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This windmill is standing but not by itself. So even invisible, you have to be behind it. Oh man, this might actually kill me. Wait, that was the final clue? Whoops. I guess I could give an analysis on all the characters that we've had. Well, the new characters, rather. I've given my complaints on Murray. Guru is kind of there. I feel like they sort of cheated where they just had it. I feel like they sort of cheated with the Guru where they made all of his words completely unintelligible. So that everyone else can say, "Oh, you're so wise, Guru. You always know what to say, etc., etc." And it just kind of robs us from actually getting any character out of him. All we really have is how other people react to him, and I don't think it's fair. Okay, there's 2 things about it. From the back doors of the van, the quest begins. Hunt for the treasure among Sal's sins. Like, they act as if he's actually been helping Murray with a lot spiritually, but the thing is that Murray was actually he was the gentle giant in Sly 2. Maybe you could say that it's a cliched, he was a cliched one without much interest, but I feel like he was a better character in Sly 2 than in Sly 3, and they act like in Sly, he's actually helped. That one phrase in the Australia mission, "He helped me become the Murray I am today." No, it was your friends that helped you become who you were. You didn't change for the better. Retrace the van's path for 13 paces. And I said I was going to skip over talking about Murray, darn. There's also the running gag of he told Murray to be a pacifist while working in Venice. But despite having no attack of his own, he's actually probably one of the most brutal of our gang members because he's often using guards as bodies for violent purposes. Or as in Walking the Heaven in this one, just as a platform, then dropping them to their death. Climb toward the pagoda to contemplate your path. 9 paces for yin. For ying. It's yin and yang, not yin and yang, is it? Anyway, 18 paces. It's like Matt on guard saying, I didn't kill anyone, I just hired a hitman to do it. The guru never kills anyone, he just points them in directions and sends them to their death. Grow closer to Sal by taking 14 paces towards his visage. I think this one's a map check? No, I think you just need to know this. I think you just need to know this one in advance.
Stop there. Give me the New Year's passcode.
As I expected. Here you go.
Night, sun, sun, night.
Yes, sir. My mistake.
Anyway, yeah, his visage is the giant statue in front of his fortress, so it's this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, Guru just isn't enough of a character for me to really judge, so he's just there. And yet, ironically, he's also the longest standing new gang member, so he had the most chance for character development. You're pushed away from safety and home again for 14 paces. So away from the safe house it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For 9 paces you travel under the cable into the next arch. So we can't actually see it while we're in the map mode, but the cable is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Listen to tears. Take 7 paces towards the prison of Jing King. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be it. Long push of 24... Oh, my bad.
Hold. What's the crypt password?
Transmitting password.
Night, 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 night.
Oh, didn't recognize you.
I mean, it makes sense if it's for the vampire crypt. You don't want any day or sun in there. This way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. On the upside, Murray getting the van back did kind of make up for his character derailment because that was a pretty emotional part. Anyway, Penelope. Penelope is bittersweet. It's kind of a funny twist that she's the big boss actually that we've been fighting against all this time. But they didn't do a very good job with Penelope in Sly 4. And that kind of taints my interpretation of her in Sly 3. Another thing Sanzaru Games has to answer for. The Panda King? Okay, I actually want to do this stealth challenge because with the Shadow Power level 2, this part is a piece of cake. Oh. My bad. Replay. got the peg leg. 15 seconds, and I goofed up a little bit. Defeat 5 boats without sinking, no health pickup, so that might actually be rough. Use your treasure map, follow the clues to the hidden loot. The Panda King was a bit underutilized, but he did show up in the latter half of the game. It's nice that the thing is that we're sort of retroactively forgiving him for the things that he did in the Fiendish 5. Sly's mad because of killing his father, but you have to remember that his criminal scheme was a fireworks protection, an avalanche protection service, as he put it, where he actively sunk the ship. He actively set an avalanche on innocent villages. Send yourself on the tall mushroom rock. By the falls of despair, your fate is locked. So we need waterfalls and we need mushrooms. Well, there's a waterfall over there, isn't there? There's the rock. So yeah, I'm not too sure about whether we should have forgiven the Panda King, but I suppose in a way we didn't need to. We're just working with him long enough to get into the Koopa Vault. And with what with Sao going after Jing King like that, it's not like we were doing anything absolutely awful in the process. Off the rock do you walk 7 paces towards Sea Dog's sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Look toward the fearful flag flying high in the sky. Take ye 10 paces to your doom. Well, that was a complete screw-up, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Away from the lone boat and onto land, ye walk 5 paces. Like a sea hag, avoid burning heat, take ye 9 paces away. Skullkeep lies before ye. Take ye 5 paces towards the pirate curse. Walk towards the keel that was hauled up for a roof for 4 paces.
Aye. What be the captain's password?
Transmitting password.
Whole spar, port jib.
Ah, new blood, eh?
It's that way, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're sure you want it, take ye your final 6 paces towards the Falls of Despair. Yeah, Panda King, he was a bit underutilized, but at the very least he has his thing with Jing King softening him up. I think the term is morality pet. Now here's the question. With all those... Hang on. The bonus movies are here. Oh, this is the credit sequence again. Okay, well, I guess this is a way for me to keep talking. Anyhow, yeah, Panda King did get a morality pet in Jing King. I just wish we saw her, because
I'm here.
She is definitely a MacGuffin. She could have been a
He's his old
priceless painting or something like that for all that we saw of her. Mind you, Carmelita wouldn't have been able to dress up as a priceless painting for the wedding,
man.
I guess.
Returned to China and lived a happy
And
life
Dimitri.
a few doors
Dimitri
down
is
from
actually
Lola
pretty
Dog.
cool. Like, he shows up at the start, all ready to carry on from the previous game. Sly has to use his first dialogue. We get our first dialogue tree of the game, trying to talk out someone with a major grudge against us from bringing us to the cops. Instead, we tell them, oh, hey, so maybe you could not do that? Look, we'll let you out of your cell. And he decides to help us out with Murray. Granted, we don't see him any time after that, but he was the person who got us hooked up with Murray again. Because he is the Italian underground connection there. It's not like we're gonna get it out of Don Octavio after all. Following that, he showed up in Holland, giving us a secret route into the Fight Club's roster, which gave us a fighting chance of getting Penelope. And while it is kind of cheeky that we cheated for Penelope's big competition, to be fair, she knew we were a gang of thieves and completely outnumbered. She even helped us when some of her goons got paid off by Mugshot to help out with destroying our single plane. So I feel like she wouldn't have held it against us because it shows that we are the best thieves on the job. We can cheat and come out against 1 to 30 odds. I wonder if there's any other nice easy challenges we could do to earn our extra points there. And yeah, so Dimitri helped us out there, and then Dimitri is the person to the final world. He actually had no need to give us his expertise as a frogman, but he did. He didn't need to help us with rescuing Penelope, but he did. He is actually a pretty cool guy there. And yeah, I feel like that's about it, and I really wanted to show off these final things. Cheeky. So yeah, there's the problem. We also have to collect the coins.
Remember, Murray, you can use the circle button to stop and pick up knocked out enemies, or if you're feeling
Oh right, I swapped it for the fire slam.
tough, juggle them with a triangle button, then grab them out of the air with a circle button.
Is there anything else? I feel like the villains aren't quite that good. We didn't have enough time to get to know Dr. M for it to really come off as a weird moment, but I guess that was more development for Sly's father, that he wasn't the best of people. Sly's a kind of an outlier with the whole thing with the gang of thieves. I don't like that there's plot developments in a tie-in comic book that I just never got a chance to read, with McSweeney giving us the hints to the upcoming thing. Plus they also had a reference to another comic book, which was their first heist of stealing a cookie jar from... I forget if it was the owner of the orphanage or if it was actually the... some sort of babysitter that was there for a day or something, but it was a thing, and they used that in the opening cutscene.
Knock them out, or punch them into the air with a triangle button, then press the circle button to grab them.
Now we have to feed the croc now that we've reached our gold limit.
You'll need to give him a taste for both types of guards. 4 kangaroos and 4 dingoes should
Spider flavored miner! Yummy! Remember to chew!
I also had a bit of trouble starting the game up this morning, so I worry that it might mean that my PS5 or my copy of Sly 3 is dying. I mean, at the start of this LP, we had such a problem with the disc locking up. So, I guess if there's something to kill my PS2 or to kill my... I guess if there's something that would end it, it might as well be a great Let's Play, the end of the Sly 3 trilogy.
Delicious miners! Wonder if they taste good.
That gave me some breathing room. Through the guard. There we go. New high score, sure, whatever. Defeat 30 guards. We can do that.
Murray, you can't hurt Mugshot with your fists. Try using the switch in the middle of
Yeah, it keeps resetting the gadgets.
I can take it all day, lightweight. Ow! Get that pink pop! These doors ain't holding themselves open. Oh, you're dead, punk.
Just knock his health down a bit.
Keep it coming. I'm a brick wall. Get that Palooka!
That is not as long range as I thought it was. Okay, he's on his last hit, so we need to take down 4 more. $31. Is there anything else to discuss? I think the world themes are all pretty good, even though they reused the theme for the China world. They're all pretty unique places to go. Yeah, these ones are rough. Think about it, think about it, think about it. Where was I? Where was I? Did we get the second bonus movie? No. Darn! Well, I feel like I can do this one at least. I sort of... Okay, actually here's one thing to talk about. I got my angle wrong there. So I do miss having clue bottles for opening the vault. But that
The
said,
Koopa family has been beaten by Tao. Our legacy
I
is
understand after playing Sly 4, which brought them back, I understand why they got rid of them because these worlds are about 3 times larger than the Sly 2 worlds were. And
With your double jump.
imagining trying to get through those is actually an obnoxious. Like, you have so much ground to cover looking for the clue bottles. I don't think I've opened a single vault in Sly 4 because I can't find any of the clue bottles to finish. And let's be fair, finishing the game by beating up Sal sounds like a great way to finish a game. Seriously, what is wrong with him? It's very RNG whether he gives you the chance to hit him, I'd say. Anyway, if this doesn't give us the bonus movies, then I'm just going to grind off screen to show them because I do want to show them. Although not all of them, because the one that takes 100% completion to get is not worth it. I thought I could pull that off. I did not. You can get another... So the way this works... You can strike once, then after the double jump you can strike a second time, so maybe I could have caught him that time, but I didn't want to risk it. Please don't play the cutscene every time.
The Koopa
Damn it, they're
family
gonna
has
play
been
the
beaten by
cutscene every
Tao.
damn time.
Our legacy
And I've
is
gone over
superior.
54 minutes, so I'm going to have an absolutely awful time with the Audacity later. But we're committed. I'm going to finish the game by thrashing Sal and maybe bonus movies.
In the air with your double jump.
Sly can sort of changes momentum ever so slightly in the air, but the double jump is how you actively swap the direction you're going. Honestly, I'm surprised that worked. Got too brave. Yeah. The problem is that he doesn't, even the times where he's vulnerable, he doesn't give you that much of an opportunity to hit him. And when you're down to one hit, you don't particularly feel like being brave. Last hit. There we go. It bugs me that he drops coins that you can never have.
Come back and take it like a man.
Okay, did that give us what we wanted? No! Dang it! I'm actually going to have to beat the game all over again. Well, I'm going to add a bonus video of showing what the 2 bonus movies are. I'm not going for the third one. It's Dimitri's Remix, which is just basically the theme song from Dimitri in the second game, but across a whole bunch of screenshots and weird photoshops and all sorts of things. But yeah, either way, I am glad that I did this project at least. Getting to redo the Sly trilogy, even if I was a bit rusty at it, I liked it. I liked getting to look at these old storylines and these old levels, and sort of take a more adult critical eye to them. Either way, until next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.